I thought I had this move down until last night's reflex development when I realized that I freaking didn't. Today's takeaway is all about repetition and details. Details and reps. Let me explain what I mean. So today was class number 13, I think it is, the armbar from guard and clinch against an aggressive opponent. And last night during the freestyle portion of reflex development, my guy Pete put me in the situation, gave me the indicator, if you will, for the armbar from guard, and I short-circuited. I brain farted. I couldn't do it. I was missing a very important step, and that's why I couldn't do it. And thankfully, Pete, he's a brown belt. He's been doing this for 13 years. He said, he walked me through it, and I got it. And even though I got it, I still was missing a detail. It wasn't until I did the class again this morning with Zach and Bobby that I realized what I was missing and what I was doing wrong. Pete told me, but I don't think he articulated it quite the way that Zach did. And so seeing it today, repping it today, and going through the detail today made such a huge difference. And what's funny about that is that my old Keep Showing Up University, we hardly did any drilling. It was pretty much all live sparring. We would do a move, yeah, do it 5 times on each side, and then boom, boom, ding, ding, time to fight. And trust me, I love the fight. I love the sparring. I love the rolling. I freaking miss the rolling, okay? I'm having rolling withdrawals right now, y'all. I'm counting down until I can take this test and I can join the master cycle. But rolling is great for building reflexes, but I think drilling is great for building that retention, the details and the little things that matter. And that's why I think you got to have the best of both worlds. There's a whole argument right now about the ecological approach and just figuring it out on your own, which is kind of like the rolling approach and just kind of figuring out what works for you. But I think there's some magic and there's some beauty in the drilling, in the details, in the reps. And so again, to this morning, just like last night, my partner was Arthur. I freaking love Arthur, big dude, don't have to take it easy on him. Plus we have a lot of fun and we can ramp up the intensity without worrying about hurting each other. Arthur's fantastic because he likes to, he talks trash with me. He doesn't talk trash back at me, but he lets me talk trash to him. So when we're doing our drills, I'll say things like, you know, what'd you say about my mama? And you ate the last cookie. I'd never want to be your roommate again. Stuff like that. I just try to say silly, funny stuff to pass the time and make the reps a little more fun. And it's fun. It makes him laugh. So Arthur, I know you're watching this, or sometimes you watch it. Tell your wife that I make you laugh with all my silly stuff about eating the last cookie and eating the last leftovers. And I think he said something about his wife eating his leftovers. If a person, man or woman, child, saves their leftovers from a certain restaurant and somebody else eats them, that is a crime. You should not do that. So Arthur's wife, Mrs. Arthur, I don't know if you're watching this, but don't be eating my man's leftovers because that'll make somebody want to fight. Like I told him I wanted to fight today. That was a big tangent, but whatever. Honestly, y'all, that's the kind of silly stuff we do at Gracie University. Yeah, it's serious. We drill, we take it seriously, but I think it's me and Arthur's 3rd time taking the class. I know it's my 3rd time, so we're having a little fun with it, especially stuff like the clinch against an aggressive opponent. I've done that more times than I can count. And so I'll talk a little trash about eating the last cookie, or I don't want to be your roommate anymore, some silly stuff like that. The Lakers versus the Celtics, you know, stuff like that. Who's the best, LeBron or Jordan? I'll just pull random stuff out of my hat just to get a reaction out of the guys and you know, liven it up a little bit. So, and then of course we're in the freaking locker room and we're talking about everything from soccer teams in Europe to coding and getting new jobs. And dude, the community is fantastic. And I guess speaking of reps and speaking of community, Lionheart, Project Lionheart, if you haven't checked it out, click the link in the description. It's my little school community that I created for friends all over the country, not just here in Torrance, but all over the country, to join and talk about your training, talk about your life, talk about how to become the best version of yourself. And yes, reps freaking matter. And speaking of reps, we have a challenge. I got to get ready for this challenge. In Project Lionheart, we have levels. You start off as a seeker or prospect, whatever. Then you become an initiate. The next level is warrior. And the warrior level requires a rep challenge. It's funny how this all kind of came together. The rep challenge, you have to do a certain number of reps to earn the next level. And so, yeah, you got to be consistent with your habits, but then you have to do the rep challenge. And I think I'm going to start the rep challenge tomorrow. You got to do 700 reps in 7 days. So basically 100 reps a day. It can be push-ups, sit-ups, squats, burpees, whatever. I think jumping jacks count for half a point. So it's not crazy hard, but it still should be challenging to get 100 reps of something in every day. And then of course, when you level up to the next level, which is called Guardian, you got to do 2,000 reps. And if you want to hit the top level, which is the Lionheart level, you got to do 5,000 reps in I think 10 days. So it gets a little serious, gets a little more intense. It's not a bro culture workout thing. It's just something to challenge yourself physically as well as mentally, as well as habits wise and consistency wise. So enough about Project Lionheart. If you want to check it out, it's free for 60 days. You just click the link in my description, click the link in the bio and check it out. But yeah, today was great. The big detail that I got is hooking the leg. So the people who've done this before, I didn't hook the leg, which sounds like some pro wrestling stuff, hook the leg. But I was not hooking the leg to get to the side to get the arm bar. I wasn't doing it. I was trying to get to the side. I was pivoting. I was doing all that right, but I wasn't hooking the leg. So the big takeaway for me is hook the stinking leg. And then I finally got to drill and practice the triangle setup, which is something that I would think I was missing. I don't know if we ran out of time in the last class or I just don't remember it, but if for some reason the person pulls their arm out and you can't get the arm bar from guard, you can switch and transition right into the triangle. So if you're an old, salty veteran, you probably figured that out a long time ago. If you're a newbie like myself, which I don't think I consider myself new, but if you're relatively new and you haven't drilled these things intentionally and worked on the details and, you know, had a backup plan for in case this fails, what am I gonna do? That was really helpful for me. So we were able to transition to the triangle. And of course, since we are 3 stripers and since we've done this a couple times before, Zach and Bobby let us go ahead and finish the sinking triangle. So I got to choke my man Arthur today. He got to choke the living daylights out of me and we had a good time. So hopefully you had a good time watching this video. And so I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna go eat something. So if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, opinions, let me know how you think, what you feel in comments. People keep telling me they're watching this channel. People here at the gym. If you're watching this channel and you train at Gracie HQ, drop an HQ in the comments or something. Let me know you're here because I keep running into people who tell me they watch these videos, but nobody likes it. And if you're not liking it, why not? And if you're not liking it, you should be subscribing. And if you're not subscribing, what the heck are you doing? So click the link, drop a comment, and just put HQ or whatever you want in the comments. Let me know that you're here from HQ. If you're not here from HQ, that's cool too. You can leave a comment about whatever the hell you want. But if you're looking for community, looking for consistency, looking for a challenge, check out Project Lionheart. The link is in the description. It's also probably in the first comment. And that's it, man. I didn't do my fasted cardio walk this morning because I slept in a little bit. So I did fasted Jiu-Jitsu. It is now 11:54 a.m. I have not eaten. I have worked out. I am tired. I'm going to go eat some food. I'm going to go home. So you got to do 3 things. You got to stay focused. You got to stay positive, and you always have to stay vigilant. Hell, I'm wearing it today. Stay vigilant. Take care.